Okay, in this video we're going to talk about once we have data entered into a cell, how we remove the data from the cell and the various options that you have. So you see here in cell B2 I have the word January typed, and we've already sort of learned all of these features up here on the font tab where I could bold it, I could italicize it, I could change the font color of it, right? I could even give it a little cell shading, okay? So all of these here you can sort of apply what you've learned in Word to Excel. You can say I can increase the font, I could change the font name, right? So you can see I've completely changed sort of the look of that, okay? Here this is just increase the font size, decrease the font size, and then this is borders, okay? So I've formatted the contents of this cell. So typically speaking, we know that I'm going to go over here into cell D2, and I'm going to type January. Okay, I'm not formatted January here, right? I formatted it there. If I were to hit the delete key, that would remove the contents of the cell January. Okay, but it's only deleting the contents. It's not deleting the format. Okay, so you can't tell that when you just have January not formatted. But watch now, when I hit the delete key, you see that the format stays there. So if I were to type in a different month name, the format is still applied. Okay, so if I want to clear the format, okay, then I'd have to go over to, on the Home tab, I'd have to go over here in the Editing group to clear. Okay, you see you have a couple different options. Clear all will remove both the contents and the formatting. So I'll do that first. I hit clear all, okay, and now if I were to type something in, I can see that both the contents and the formatting have been removed. Okay, I'm going to undo that. So I'm going to get back to what I had. This time I'm going to go to clear, and I'm going to just clear the format, just the format. By clearing the format, watch what happens. Still leaves the contents of my cell, but all the formatting I did has gone away. Okay, so I'm going to undo that. Now, if I go up to clear, I can clear just the contents. This is the equivalent of hitting the delete key. So really, I would just hit the delete key rather than coming all the way here and doing clear contents, but it doesn't matter. So I'll hit clear contents here, and you see it does the same as what the delete key did earlier. Okay, so it's just important to note that. The other thing I want to point out here is we haven't done this yet, but if you were to type a date in, so let's say I type in 9 slash, and that's the one under the question mark, 9/12/18. Okay, you'll notice that what it does is it formats it as a date. Okay, so if I hit the delete key here, okay, and I were to type in, say, 7/8, okay, you'll see how the date format is still applied to it. So in this case, if you want to delete, you just have to recognize, even though you haven't formatted like as a font, that the date is a format. It's formatting it as a date. You'll see that over here in the date, over here in the number grouping. We'll learn about how you can format numbers later. But when you type in something that's a date, Excel recognizes it as a date and formats it as such. So if you're going to delete the contents of a date, you really need to go up and do clear all. So that way, if you were to type in something else, it wouldn't try to format it as a date. Okay, that concludes this video.